Hello everyone! So last week was my anniversary and I thought I'd make this video to share a few things that I've learned in my first year of marriage. So my first key thing I've learned, I guess piece of advice if I will, is keep that childishness, keep that silliness in your relationship, because marriage is a huge grown-up responsible thing to do. You don't want to get bogged down in the seriousness of it, you know, take those silly childish moments because that's what's going to bring joy to your relationship. Like me and Matt, we have so many funny inside jokes and stuff, and it really brightens me up because we've got all these like financial situations and stuff to deal with. That's what happens when you get married and like live together and stuff. So having those silly, light-hearted moments really helps life go by a lot smoother. So find joy in the little things, find the humour in the little things. Don't be afraid to be silly and act like a child, because you've already acted like an adult by getting married. You've got that down, so just act like a child when it's time, you know? Just be yourself, have fun, have a laugh. Remember, they're not there to judge you, they're there to love you. And you can be complete yourself around them, you can be a total child, you can be totally silly together, and honestly, it just brings you closer together. So yeah, be a child. So I'm not going to say don't argue, because it's unhealthy to keep everything inside, but what I am going to say is know how to argue. Shouting, screaming, etc. does not work, it is not healthy, and it's going to wreck things. And another thing is, don't score points. Like, you're not two individuals, you're a team. So you can either score points for the team or against the team. And if you're making jabs at each other and you're saying horrible things, that's not going to help the team at all. You might feel like you've won the argument, but you're both the losers at the end of the day because you've weakened the strength of your relationship, and in a marriage, the strength of your relationship is what you've got. So you've got to try and get your point across, but without making the other person feel bad. It's very important, because otherwise you're just going to have all this built up resentment and stuff, and it's not good, it's not healthy. So discuss things, discuss how you're feeling, try to see it from the other person's point of view as well. I know it's kind of hard to accept your mistakes and stuff, but you've got to consider their feelings and all of this, and then come to a resolution. And another important point of that is, do not bring up the past. If something's been resolved in the past, and you've come to closure on that, no matter how big a deal you think it is, don't bring it up again. Once it's in the past, it's in the past. No more bringing it up, because that's not going to help things at all. So just deal with everything as it comes, discuss it rationally, and remember, you're a team. You two love each other. You've got to kind of find a way to keep that love in any disagreement. One thing that I have to stress is that marriage is not easy. Like, I love being married, I love Matt, but marriage is a real full-time commitment. You have to always consider how your actions, how what you're saying, how what you're doing is going to affect the other person. You're living together in a house that you can't just live the way you want to live. You've got to find a compromise between the way both of you want to live. Like, marriage is a real full-time commitment. You've got to consider the other person like the whole time. And it's important to remember the other person is not perfect. You're not perfect. People aren't perfect. We're all humans. They are gonna have flaws, and you cannot focus on those things. Like, for example, Matt, ever since we got married, he keeps the towel fall off the rail and he will leave it on the floor. And every single time I tell him to pick it up and I have to do it, but I know that every time I have an orange juice carton and I finish it, I don't throw it away, I just leave it by my seat to pick up. So for every time I'm picking up the towel, he's throwing away one of my orange juice cartons. And marriage has kind of got that give and take. Like, you've kind of got to accept the other person's flaws, because you have flaws too. And a lot of things he does that other people might consider flaws, I find hilarious. I just find the humour in it, makes things go by a lot easier. Just, marriage is a serious thing and it's a serious commitment, but you've just got to find a way to make that commitment work, and you've got to find a way to find humour in the flaws, and you've got to work at it full time. You can't just sit by and expect it to just happen by itself. Marriage is something you've got to work hard for, and it's really rewarding when you do. One of the best things that I found about marriage is you have your own personal cheerleader. Like, you are never alone. No matter how scary a situation is, no matter how much you don't even believe in yourself, that other person, they are there for you. They have signed a legal document to say that they are there for you. They are 100% committed to you. Your well-being is their priority. And that is such an awesome, comforting feeling. Like, I cannot stress enough. Like, this has been a really hard year for me. Like, first year since I've graduated, just kind of getting into the world and stuff. And having Matt there to support me has helped me endlessly. Like, I cannot stress enough how big a deal it is to have someone who always believes in you, who always supports you. And when you've done something wrong, when you feel bad about something, they make you feel better about it. Like, when I make mistakes at work and stuff, he was there telling me, it's okay, it's not a big deal, you can fix this, and you're still a great person. Like, they are always there to support you. Like I said, they're your own personal cheerleader. You've got someone who is there to boost you, to bring you up to your best potential, and that is honestly the greatest feeling in the world. You're never alone. You've always got support. You've just got someone who loves you unconditionally, and it's the best feeling in the world. Anyway, I could probably talk for hours about what it's like to be married, but I don't want to bore you all. Just thought I'd share a few kind of pieces of advice, and like I said, I've been married for 1 year, so I'm not like the expert on it by any means, but I'm happy, we're happy, so hopefully some of these pieces of advice can help you in your relationships and stuff, and give you an idea of what it is like to be married or whatever. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and do please subscribe for further videos. Bye bye!